That's why we out here, man. The blood ain't finna be on our hands, because we gonna come through the works. We gonna get the blood off our hands, because we gonna want to be docile and to worship this white, this red image of Cesar Borgia, man. It should keep knowledge. It should be making you feel good. That's what you think Pastor Howard is doing. God ain't evil. Why God hate a certain race?
God bless. Hey man, we out here for our people, man. We on the battle axes of the Most High.
We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, God's weapons of war. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, God's weapons of war. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier.
Dresses. That's for the sisters. Brothers having beards on their face. That's for the brothers. Of course, y'all can't do that, but that's for the brothers, right? So we got 613 laws, statutes, commandments that we supposed to keep. And he said if we keep that, and it shall come to pass that if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So God said if we listen to what he told us to do, that he has set us above all nations on the earth. You understand that? Let me give you what else he said to us. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. So God said we are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. Holy means separate. We're supposed to be separate from everybody else, meaning the way we move, our customs, what we eat, how we dress, is different from the rest of the people on the earth. Work it out, huh? The Lord thy God has chosen thee. He did what? The Lord thy God has chosen thee. The Lord chose us. We didn't choose him, he chose us. Read on. To be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Y'all hear that? He said we to be special unto himself above all people on the face of the earth. But the way to do that, we have to keep his laws, statutes, and commandments. The reason why we're in the conditions that we're in now is because we go against God's laws, statutes, and commandments. They teach us to go against it in church. They don't teach us to go to Sabbath, keep the Sabbath. They teach us to go to Sunday morning church. They don't teach us that Christ is a so-called black man, like this in the paintings in Europe. They teach us that he's a so-called white man. They don't teach us he's a so-called black man. They teach us he's a so-called white man. Y'all got to go, sis? I promise you, this is the most important thing that you'll learn in your life. You walking away from it right now, seriously. I'm telling you. Ain't got time, man. Nobody else is going to teach our people our history. Nobody else is going to teach us about our God, how to love our God. Ain't nobody got no time to learn that right now. Everybody got to go. Well, give me Proverbs 1 and 22. And I'm going to show you what God going to do since you ain't got time for him. Because everybody gonna die, right, brother? Everybody on this face of the earth, it's go the way of the earth. We gonna die. So when you on that deathbed, everybody wanna be crying for God. But right now, he crying out to you. Read on. Proverbs 1 and 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? So God is asking, how long is we gonna love this simple life that we live in, being in oppression under our oppressors? How long is we gonna love that thing, man? How long is we gonna love the police killing us in the street? How long is we gonna love killing each other in the street? How long we gonna love abandoning our women and abandoning our children, getting sent to prison? How long are we gonna love that thing? That's what God asks. And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. You see that? Unfortunately, our little sisters is fools. They fools. They didn't have enough time to get this knowledge. I promise you this is the most important thing you're going to get in your life. I promise you that. Nothing else is even going to compare. So if you don't want to come get the knowledge of your God, God said you are a fool. Verse 23. Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. So he said, when he got the prophets out here trying to teach to you, trying to show you, turn at his correction. That's what he's trying to get us to do. Turn at his correction. Because nobody else is going to teach you how to love God. You can go to church every Sunday. They're not going to pull the scriptures on how to love God. We're going to pull it. Get that scripture for me. Have it on deck.
First John 5 and 3.
Turn you at my reproof. Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you, because I have called, and ye have refused.
He calling right now. This is how he making his words known to you. He got prophets on all the street corners. You can go to Oak Cliff. You can go to downtown. There's prophets everywhere. You can go to any city in America. It's going to be a prophet there to teach you guys laws, statutes, and commandments. That's him trying to reach out to you.
Because I have called, and ye refused.
So we reached out to them sisters and their brother, and they refused. Who do you think he going to send out here to try to wake you up? He going to send the base men. We the base men. He gonna send your people to come out here. He ain't gonna send Joel Osteen out here with his smooth words. He ain't gonna send Creflo Dollar out here with his smooth words. He gonna send brothers just like you.
I have stretched out my hand, and no man regarded.
So we straight y'all regard. All praises to the Most High God. These brothers is regarding. He's stretching out his hand. And these brothers right here regarding the Most High God.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel, and with none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity.
You hear what God said? When you on your deathbed, or when you going through those trials and tribulations, and you calling out for him, he said he gonna laugh at your calamity, man. He gonna laugh at you when you over there crying for him. I mean, oh Jesus, oh God, please save me. But when he was reaching his hand out to you, brothers and sisters turned for their reproof. I ain't got no time. Sabbath right now, man. You shouldn't have nothing but time for the Lord today. Then go tomorrow. Well, I got to go to church 8 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to stay there for 3 hours for that service. Then I'm going to go home and I'm going to come back for the evening service. They can do that all day. But when it comes to the real truth, they ain't got no time for that, man. Let me show you how to love God, man. Book of First, look at that. I got to go to work. Right in your face. He got to go to work. All praises, but we shouldn't be working on the Sabbath if we can help it. Yeah, he finna go downtown, he finna go to work. Read out.
The book of 1 John, chapter 5, verse 3. For this is the love of God.
Brother, this is the love of God right here. They're not going to teach this in the Sunday morning church.
That we keep his commandments. That we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are not hard. That's the whole thing about it. Growing a beard on your face ain't hard. Putting fringes on your shirt ain't hard. Keeping the Sabbath is not hard. You got to rearrange your life to accommodate God. You can't try to take God and make him accommodate you. It don't work like that. But a lot of people want to do that. Like the brother said, I got to work. Have you ever tried not to work on the Sabbath? So you can keep this day holy? That's what he need to ask himself. But they don't care, man. And all praises to you, brother, that you want to get this word. You got any questions? Deuteronomy 28 and 15. We finna show you some curses that's on our people, man. That's how we know that we are the children of Israel. Brother, you ain't got a few minutes to get this word, brother? See? Read that out.
The book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Brother, he said if we don't do what he told us to do, because we made a covenant with him. When we, about Moses bringing the Israelites out of Egypt, well, when Moses went up on the mountain for 40 days and 40 nights, he came down with more than just 10 commandments. He came down with 613. That's the way we govern ourselves, according to God. And God said if we keep his commandments as a nation, then we'll be on high. But he said if we break those commandments, brother, that all these curses are going to come upon us. And the first one was, cursed shall I be in the city. Who cursed in the city, brother? Projects, gentrification, single-parent homes, drugs in the community, police killing brothers unarmed, the prison system packed with us. That's being cursed in the city. Read. And cursed shall I be in the field. And cursed shall we be in the field. The cotton fields, the sugarcane fields, the tobacco fields. Where that book at? Come on, book. Say some. All right, look at my bag. See if you see that when I was a slave. This is curses that was put upon us because we broke God's laws. Have you ever wondered why we went into slavery as a people, man? Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. You got that? Brother, how did they bring us over here? How did they bring us over here in slavery? What mode of transportation? By ship, right? Now let me show you that's in the scriptures, and it was prophesied to happen to us, man. Got that? Give me Exodus. Deuteronomy. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. With ships. With ships. Brother, the word Egypt is a Greek word that means something. That's not just the name of that place. We called it Mizraim. They called it Egypt, but we don't get the definition of Egypt, so we get a better understanding of that scripture. Exodus chapter 20, verse 2. I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. House of bondage. House of bondage. That's what Egypt means. House of bondage. What's another word for bondage? Say it again. Locked up. Captivity. Slavery. So read that again. Deuteronomy 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships. He said again because we walked into Egypt the first time and then we went into slavery. He said he's going to bring us into slavery again with ships. That was a future prophecy. That was a future prophecy that was going to happen to us because we disobey our God, man. So we can't make this up. This is how we know we the people of the book. What nation of people in the history of the world went into slavery by way of slave ships? We the only people, man. All praises, brother. Now, wait. Finish the rest of it and hear where to go. By the word of I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. He said, right here where I'm telling you this. This is what Moses said. Right here where I'm telling you to say. You won't see it no more again. What place haven't we seen again? Where our homeland at? Give me that Galatians. He said we weren't going to see our homeland again, brothers. We finna show you what our homeland is. Nuh-uh. We gonna get more specific. Yeah.
This is Galatians chapter 4 verse 26. But Jerusalem, which is a bomb, is free, which is the mother of us all.
Jerusalem is our homeland, brother. Israel. We are the Israelites. Somebody is occupying our homeland right now and doing identity theft right now. And got us thinking that we African Americans and Negroes and niggers and spics and all this different stuff while they hijacking our identity, man. So Moses said we weren't going to see that place again because we were going to go into slavery by way of slave ships. God said we was going to forget who we were because he was going to discontinue our heritage because we made him mad. We kindled the anger in him because we keep going against him. Because what's the opposite of love? Hate. So if we not loving the Most High God, get that right quick for the brother who just stepped up. We showed this brother what loving God is. They'll never pull this scripture in the Christian church. We gonna pull it for you, bro. So then you'll understand what loving God is, and then you'll understand by us not doing that we're showing hate to the Creator.
This is 1 John chapter 5 verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep his commandments. That we keep his commandments. And his commandments are not grievous.
Meaning his commandments are not hard. So we got to keep his commandments. The things that he told us to do as a nation. We broke that down for the brother. It's not hard. Growing a beard on your face. Putting fringes on your shirt. Keeping the high holy days, the new moons, the Sabbaths. Sisters being in order. It's order for our people, man. It's the Constitution for our people. And by us not having that in our life, that's why we're in the situation that we're in. Because it's part of the curses. That's how we can identify who we are now. Nobody's on the planet claiming to be an Israelite but us. Not even the fake Jews is claiming to be Israelites. They say they're Jewish. That's pertaining to be choose. Let's finish the scripture out.
From the top. Deuteronomy 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into slavery again with ships, by the whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
He said what?
You should be sold unto your enemies.
Who was we sold to? Who did the Africans sell us to? The Africans and the Arabs. And what did God call them?
Sold unto your enemies.
You hear that? God said they are enemies. When did that change?
Work it out, huh?
So why do our people think that the enemy who God sent against us, and we're going to show you that the Lord sent them against us because we broke that commandment. We broke that covenant that we made with him. But we had already agreed to it. We agreed, we made a promise to the Lord that we would keep his commandments. So we already knew what the consequences were going to be. We signed that thing, man. So when it happened, we couldn't act like we didn't know. No better. Read on.
For a bondman, Salakia, thou shalt see it no more again, and that ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
For slave men and slave women, and no man shall buy you. That's an old Quaker term meaning no man will be able to redeem you. And as you see, Malcolm X couldn't redeem us. Martin Luther King couldn't redeem us. The Black Panthers, Medgar Evers, and whoever else tried to raise up for our people cannot redeem us from the clutches of the curses that the Most High put on us. You know what I'm saying? Only the Christ, Yahweh, who they call Jesus Christ. He was a real man. Y'all believe in Christ? Because you got to, man. We just did a class on that thing, man. If you don't believe that Christ walked this earth, or that Christ was a black man, like the scriptures say, you got the spirit of the Antichrist on them.
Work it out, huh?
A lot of our people got that spirit on them because they got it from their oppressors, man. They learned that thing in slavery. You got something from it? What you got? Yeah.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness.
So the Lord sent our enemies. See, this one thing we got to remember, man. Because the Lord said, never trust thine enemies. You got to get that for me. After Apocrypha. Sirach, chapter 12. The Lord said, never trust thine enemies. That's what he told us, man. He sent them against us, and then he told us never to trust them. But what our people do? Who they looking for to save them? Let's go to City Hall. Let's ask the mayor. Let's talk to the chief of police. They can save us out of this situation. No. They can't save us out of nothing. Only the Most High God can save us out that condition, man.
Work it out, huh?
We have to come back to him, serving him the way that he told us to, man. We can't go to Sunday morning church, worshiping the white Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Breaking all God's commandments.
Oh, this part right here? Yeah. Hold that here.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2. All praises. You got that for me out?
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 12, verse 10. Never trust thine enemy.
Read that again, huh?
Never trust thine enemy.
Read on.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Never trust thine enemies. That's what our people trying to do. Read up.
Though he humble himself and go crouching,
So though the white man come to you, brother, we're brothers in Christ. We're brothers in Christ, bro. I love you, brother. But what'd he do? Didn't he put that yoke around our neck and beat us and buck break us and rape our women and our children? Wait up.
yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust has not been altogether wiped away.
You look at that man, you better know that he is wicked as that iron rust, man. That iron, you gonna wipe the rust away, it's gonna rust again. He ain't never gonna change, man. So 400 years later, you think he changed from the way he was when he first took us? He the same as he was before that, when they was the Greeks, when they was the Romans. The same thing, man. This is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man.
That's right.
He done taught us everything wrong when we was in slavery. That's why we got books when I was a slave. And we can correspond that with the scriptures. Start at 48 again, huh?
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Now, didn't we have to serve our enemies in slavery? So ain't this coming true, right? This came true. From going on slave ships, to being sold as slave men and slave women, to coming around here to serving our enemies for what? In hunger. And we have to get our food from them in slavery? Where we get our food at now? Who own them grocery stores? Do we own any grocery stores? Atlanta is a black city, and it's only one black grocery store in all of Atlanta, and it's owned by the Nation of Islam. Now, how is that? All the millionaires in Atlanta. Because we under curses, man. But the Chinese can come over here and open up a Chinese grocery store. An African can come over here and open up an African grocery store. Go to Garland or go to Richardson or go to Plano. You'll see Indian stores. You'll see African stores. You'll see Asian stores. Which prove that we not no Africans. And we can prove that too. We not Africans. The Africans didn't sell Africans. Africans sold Israelites.
That's right.
They knew exactly who they was taking, because if you got a group of brothers running around here with fringes on their shirt, it don't matter if you look alike or not. If you got on if I got on fringes and that African dude ain't, they know, oh, that's an Israelite right there. Go get him. And they sell us to him.
A lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, God's weapons of war. We won a lot of battles, but there's more in store. If you're gonna be a soldier, know what you're fighting for. We the battle axes, God's weapons.
Chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourning, and the gates thereof languish.
He said the real Jews are in mourning. And the gates, they ain't got no gates right now. We ain't got no protection.
They are black.
They are what?
They are black.
Now, the so-called white man wrote this Bible.
They are black.
If the so-called white man wrote this Bible and steps on it, they would have took out that the real Jews are black.